This video introduces the Dream Chamber, a system designed for the queue area of the attraction Dream Flight in Themepark the Efteling in the Netherlands. With Dream Chamber, we want to demonstrate how waiting in theme parks can become part of the fun experience of visiting a theme park. Dream Flight is a fantasy ride in the dark that takes visitors through several dream worlds. In the current situation, people enter Dream Flight through a beautiful gate only to end up in a huge dull waiting area in which visitors often have to wait for over an hour before they can enter the ride. What we propose for the waiting area of this ride is a system in which interactive gaming tables are interwoven in the structure of the queue. On these tables, the people in line can play a game in which they metaphorically feed the ride with dreams to keep the dream worlds alive. They do this by guiding the dreams from one end of the table to the other using their hands. The dreams are represented by particles. These particles spawn on one end of the table from a dream source. In order to get the dreams safely across the tables, the people in line have to avoid the collision of the dreams with nightmares that will destroy the dreams. If the dreams successfully pass all nightmares on their way, they will reach the end of the table where they are collected by an elf. The elf stores all dreams in a bowl that fills up with dreams. When the bowl is filled, the elf sends the dreams to a typical scenery, as it can also be seen in the ride itself. This scenery is a representation of how well all the people in line are playing the game. The better people play, the more dreams are sent to the scenery, and the livelier and more vivid this scenery becomes. To guide the dreams, visitors have two interaction possibilities. They can attract the dreams by making an inviting gesture to the dreams by laying their hand on the table with the palm facing upwards. They can also push the dreams away by making a blocking gesture with the palm facing down. Using these two interaction styles, they can safely guide the dreams past all the nightmares. The Dream Chamber is based on several psychological principles that are intended to shorten the perceived waiting time. First of all, it presents people with an activity, because as we all know, time flies when you're having fun. Secondly, cooperation by the people in line is required to successfully play the game and safely guide the dreams from one end of the table to the other. This stimulates the communication between people in line and it creates a basic feeling of group. These factors increase the tolerance for waiting time. Thirdly, as one progresses through the queue, the levels of the game become increasingly challenging with more nightmares that behave more unpredictable. Also, the skill of the visitor increases as he progresses. These factors stimulate a feeling of progress which shortens the perceived waiting time. Each table in the queue presents the visitor with a new and more challenging level of the game. Instead of seeing waiting lines as an inevitable evil, we believe that with these kinds of interactive gaming systems, waiting in theme parks can truly become part of the fun experience and therefore increase the total visitor satisfaction.